The day she moved in didn't feel like anything important. At least, not at first. I was sitting in the living room, scrolling through my phone, pretending I wasn't listening to my parents arguing softly in the kitchen. They weren't yelling, just that tired kind of talking people do when they've said everything already. Then the doorbell rang. My mom wiped her hands quickly and rushed to open it, her voice instantly lighter. "You made it." That's when I saw her. Sarah. She stood there with a small suitcase, loose hair falling over one shoulder, wearing a simple white shirt and jeans like she hadn't tried too hard, but somehow still looked noticeable. She smiled when she saw me. "This must be your son." I nodded, a little slower than I meant to. "Yeah, I'm Sarah," she said, stepping inside. I noticed my dad didn't come out to greet her. That felt strange. Over the next few days, everything shifted quietly. No big moment. No dramatica non cement. Just small changes. My dad started coming home later. My mom spent more time talking to Sarah. Late night tea in the kitchen. Soft laughter that didn't include anyone else. And me. I found myself noticing her more than I should. Not in a weird way. Just noticing. The way she hummed when she cooked. The way she tucked her hair behind her ear when she read. The way she asked me simple questions like they actually mattered. "You always stay up this late?" she asked one night when she found me in the kitchen. "Yeah, can't really sleep early." She leaned against the counter. "Same." We stood there for a moment, not talking. It wasn't awkward. It was comfortable, which was weird because my life hadn't felt comfortable in a long time. Before she came, the house felt heavy, like everything was waiting for something to break. But with her around, things felt lighter. Not fixed, just easier to breathe in. Then one evening, my dad sat us down. It wasn't dramatic. No shouting. No blaming. Just quiet. "I'm going to stay somewhere else for a while," he said. My mom nodded like she already knew. I didn't say anything, but I noticed Sarah looking down at her hands. That night, I couldn't sleep. Not because my dad left, but because something else had started, and I didn't understand it yet. But I wanted to. It didn't happen all at once. There wasn't a moment where I realized, this is a romantic breakup story in the making. It was slower than that. More ordinary. The first time we really talked was on the rooftop. She was sitting on the edge, legs pulled in, looking at the city lights like she was trying to figure something out. "Mind if I sit?" I asked. She smiled. "Only if you don't talk too much." He said inui. We didn't talk for a while. Then she said, "Your house feels quiet." I laughed softly. "That's one way to put it." She looked at me. "You okay with everything?" I shrugged. "I think I got used to things being not okay." She nodded like she understood that more than she should. That was the first time. The second was in the kitchen. We started cooking together by accident. She burned the onions. I made fun of her. She threw a piece of bread at me. We laughed more than I had in weeks. It became a routine after that. Late night cooking. Random conversations. Sharing things that didn't feel heavy, but somehow mattered. The third moment was quieter. She told me why she moved in. "I just needed somewhere that didn't feel like pressure," she said. I didn't ask more. But later, she added, "I had plans. Things I thought would happen by now." "Like what?" She smiled, but it didn't reach her eyes. "Everything." That stuck with me. Because I didn't have plans. Not really. And for the first time, that difference felt small. Like it didn't matter. We got used to each other. Morning coffee. Late night talks. Sharing silence without needing to fill it. It felt like something real. An emotional love story that didn't need big gestures. Just presence. But even then, there were small hints. She talked about moving cities someday. About wanting more. About not staying in one place too long. I listened, but I didn't think about what that meant. Not yet. It started with a simple question. "What do you actually want to do?" she asked one afternoon. We were sitting on the floor, sorting through old books. "I don't know," I said. She looked at me like she expected more. "That's it?" she asked. "Yeah." She smiled, but it felt different. Not cold, just distant. "I think you should figure that out," she said. "I will." "When?" I didn't answer, because I didn't have one. After that, things didn't change immediately. But something shifted. Small pauses in conversations. Longer silences. Moments where we didn't quite meet each other the same way. I started overthinking everything. Was I holding her back? Was she already thinking about leaving? She didn't say anything, but sometimes that felt louder than words. She told me on a Tuesday night. I got an offer, she said. We were in the kitchen again. Same place where everything started feeling easy. Where? I asked. Another city. My chest tightened, but I try not to show it. That's good, right? She nodded, but her eyes didn't match the word. It's what I wanted, she said. There was a long pause. I leaned against the counter. So, you're going? She hesitated. I think I have to. We didn't say much after that. Just small sentences. Half-finished thoughts. What about here? I asked quietly. She looked at me, and for a second, I thought she might say something different. But she didn't. I can't stay just because it's comfortable. That word again. Comfort. The thing we built. The thing that wasn't enough. After that, everything became careful. We still talked, but less. Texts got shorter. Calls got missed. We both acted like nothing was changing. Like we were still the same. One night, we cooked again. Like before. Same kitchen. Same routine. But it felt different. Quieter. She smiled. I smiled back. And for a moment, it felt normal. Almost. That was the worst part. Because we both knew it wasn't. Later that night, I typed a message. Stay. I didn't send it. We sat on the balcony. The city was quieter than usual. Or maybe it just felt that way. She wrapped her arms around herself. I leaned forward, elbows on my knees. Neither of us spoke at first. I don't want this to turn into something painful, she said. It already is, I replied. She nodded slowly. I know. We talked. Not like people trying to win. Just trying to understand. I think we met at the wrong time, she said. I let out a small breath. Yeah. You deserve someone who's building something here. And you deserve to go where you need to. There were pauses. Long ones. The kind where everything important sits between words. I wish things were different, I said. Me too. No anger. No blame. Just that quiet realization. Love was real. Timing wasn't. A mature breakup. The kind people don't talk about enough. She stood up first. I followed. We didn't hug right away. Then we did. It wasn't tight. Just enough. Take care of yourself, she said. You too. She walked inside. And just like that, it was over. Tom didn't fix everything, but it changed things. Slowly, I started figuring out what I wanted. Not because she asked me to, but because I finally understood why it mattered. The house felt different again. Quieter, but not heavy like before. Just still. Sometimes I think about her. Not in a way that hurts. Just in a way that reminds me of what we had, of what we couldn't keep. It was a realistic love story. The kind where no one does anything wrong. And still, it ends. I learned that growing apart doesn't mean something failed. Sometimes it just means life moved in different directions. And love couldn't follow both. We never talked again. Not because we couldn't, but because we didn't need to. And maybe that's what letting go with love really looks like. Final line. We didn't lose each other. We just met at a moment neither of us could stay in.